talk about my experience with UFOs. Now, I did talk about it in my previous video, one before this, and what really happened there is I talk about it right at the end of the video. So for those who are impatient and didn't watch it till the end, then you don't know what has happened. So I will talk about it right off the bat now. So please stay with me, and maybe you can relate to this. So you might want to perhaps leave it a comment if you had a situation like me, and you can relate to something like this. And that's pretty much what this Blog Tornado channel is all about. And please don't forget to subscribe right at the bottom right and give it a thumbs up if you like, and let's start. So basically, my experience previously, the first time it happened when I was a kid with my friends, and we all see the same thing, which was lights in the sky, orbs. Now, it's nothing really nothing too exciting to see. Basically, they're just lights in the sky. And if you'd like to know more about it, I would suggest you check it in my blog at blogtornado.com in UFO section. And I wrote an article about UFO and orb phenomena, and I talk about it there. And really, it's something that stayed with me for so long, and I found out about it later on YouTube, and I thought it was only me who saw this orb phenomena, but it happened to be a lot of people around the world that are seeing this orbs. And I did talk about this in my previous video, UFO orb phenomena and Illuminati, so you can see how this ties into $1 American bill and the Illuminati symbol. So, but what's really interesting about this recent situation with the UFO encounter, I think it was, can't say for 100% sure, but what happened is that something woke me up around 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, you know how you feel when you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, okay, or whatnot, when you just wake up and it's hard for you to kind of get up. You still your eyes are still closing on you. So I was in that kind of state. I just woke up. But what woke me up, which I believe, what I heard is what I'm going to tell you. I'm hearing a noise close to my window, and it's a beeping noise, like something like beep 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 beep. A lot like a fax machine, okay? And the sound, instead of being a fax machine, the actual beeping sound of it sounds like a phone that's off the hook. So you can mix those two, a fax machine and the phone off the hook sound together, and you will get this beeping noise. And what was interesting about this is that it got closer to the window and then got further away from the window, and it happened a few times. So that to me was, and I was in that state that I could just leave my eyes open, but I didn't do anything more than that. But I was concentrating on that, kind of being confused about it. What the heck is going on? I'm thinking to myself. And again, it was very interesting because it was getting closer to the window and away from the window, the sound. Unfortunately, the window blinds were closed, so I cannot really see what happened. I do have a security camera outside, but unfortunately I can't get into it because I don't have the password anymore, which means I have to contact the company. And so what happened next is I hear a lot of rattling noise, something like a metal, rusty gates, something that it sounded like this, whatever it was outside was picking something up, like a metal parts, and then dropping them back down. And it was all around the neighborhood. It was pretty loud. And I was thinking to myself if anybody actually saw what happened. But it was this metal sound, and it sounded like a rusty metals or something like that. And it was very loud again. That's what's really surprising about this. But here comes something very interesting that will kind of connect the dots, which happened sort of just randomly when I was checking YouTube videos, and I came across Stephen Greer's video, and he was on a hunt for UFOs. As you know, Dr. Stephen Greer is also UFO enthusiast, and he talks about UFO phenomena. And what happened there is, in his video, I guess he was in Nevada or some well-known place, maybe around Area 51, can't say for sure, but it's a common place where orbs or UFOs usually gather or whatnot. So but what happened there was a lady that was with him. Now I don't know if that is a friend or his wife, but what happened, she says, oh, we see the UFOs down in the distance all the time. There is one right now, and they usually go beep 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 beep, and I'm whoa, and I said, what is going on here? So this beeping noise was also present in Stephen Greer's video. The lady talked about it. She heard a sound going beep 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 beep. So, and again, it sounds like a fax machine, but the sound of it is more like a phone off the hook. If you leave your phone off the hook, it's going to go beep 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 beep. So that's the sound that it was instead of a fax machine. The reason I'm saying fax machine, because in between noise is the screeching noise of a fax machine was also present. And you know, as fax machine are random kind of sounding. They don't go like in a pattern, like ting ting ting. So so that was very interesting. I could verify for myself that perhaps what I heard was a UFO. And the only reason I'm saying that I can back it up because of that particular video, Stephen Greer's video, and I'll see if I can find the actual footage. Will probably be very hard. I didn't save it. I should have saved it, and I'll put a time code there as well if I get to it. Maybe later on, if I find it, I will post it in the link below. So that was my second experience with this UFO phenomena, and I think I'm still kind of confused about this because the sound very digital in nature, or mechanical sort of sounding like. And I don't think we have anything around here that I heard anything like that. Perhaps there was a truck backing up and maybe dropping off some metal or something like that around the area. And but still, this sound got closer to my window and got further away from the window, and I actually went to check out later, you know, through the window and see if there was anything there, but it was already too late. Didn't last, maybe about 5 minutes or less than that. So I don't know what to say, but the reason I would like to comment if something like this has happened to you. So this sound, a beeping sound, beep 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 beep, it's what was actually present during my experience with this phenomenon, UFO perhaps, or some sort. So if you hear something like this, again, I can back it up because of Stephen Greer's video, but I don't know if that's related, but the lady pretty much says beep 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 is what she heard. So I don't know. If you hear something like this yourself, if you heard something like that and you think it might have been a UFO, then please comment below so we can talk more about this, or at least mention it to other people. Maybe they would like to leave a comment or reply to your comment. So also orb phenomena, like I said, and orbs are just lights in the sky. And what you're gonna find interesting about it, perhaps, if it happened the way it happened to me, is that there was no noise present. It's silent lights that just hover in the air, and that's another thing. It just hovers in the air silently, and that's what's so interesting here about this orbs. And they like to change color from white to orange, and also they like to fly in a symmetrical pattern, very straight pattern that, and they like to multiply too. So I don't think anything can multiply as far as drones are concerned. So the slides can, start off with one, and they can become two, and so on and so on. And I will leave the link below from Western Massachusetts that I pretty much always leave for you to check out the actual real footage of authentic, as far as I'm concerned, and I believe it's authentic orb footage. But it also shows a message that's present in there, and maybe you want to see what you think of that message. So such experience are very interesting, to say the least. I must mention it, and I don't know why this happened to me, because I have my own channels that's dedicated to UFOs, and I don't know why would this suddenly happen to me. And that was very interesting, rather. And I did talk about psychosis is fun. One of the comments this person has left, and he has actually witnessed UFOs, aliens themselves, which to me is something, a privilege to talk to that person, and hopefully he will leave more comments. But if you have an experience like this, please leave a comment. Maybe it happened to you in the past, you didn't talk about it much to other people, or you did, or you have something that you saw that you might want to report or talk about, and that would be great, because in this channel I try to get to the truth, and we're just hunting for UFOs. So you also can get involved if you have something that you want to talk about as far as UFOs go. So that is interesting, to say the least. And the person, Psychosis is Fun, who left the comment below, and what I think was interesting about this was that he said that aliens are actually evil, so he doesn't wish that something like that would happen to other people, because the experience he had was actually a bad experience. And like I talked about it before, it is a fact that aliens can be scary guys, and which is another interesting angle to look these aliens from. So they have very perhaps rough way of doing things, and I think that's why sleep paralysis is very important. However, in his case, I'm not sure if sleep paralysis were present, and usually in most cases sleep paralysis are by common sense, or should be necessary when abducting humans, because it's a very scary thing to see something that is unknown to us, and aliens do understand that, so they do use sleep paralysis to put our conscious mind out and try to connect the subconscious mind, because subconscious mind will record, but they don't always allow abductees to be in their conscious mind, because they will have a possible psychological negative effect later on that might change their life in a way, just like it did to Psychosis is Fun, a person, and he talks about how it ruined his life, and he had this kind of experience 2 times in his life. And And this is the title of the video should be up here somewhere, and where I talk about where he comment under, so you might want to check that out. Again, if you've seen something like this, I would definitely love to have you on my channel. I would definitely love to have you comment below, and let me know if you have experienced anything strange that is worth mentioning here. And I'm trying to make this channel more towards, serious topics rather than some sort of entertainment. So yeah, so again, that's pretty much what I want to talk about. Like I said, I talked about it right at the end of the video, and I should have talked about it right at the beginning. So now I'm gonna change this in this video. So also, just letting you know, I do comment. Just letting you know, I do post my videos every day, every second day. And if you'd like, you can subscribe here at the bottom right and give it a thumbs up, and that will be much appreciated. And hit that notification button so you can get my videos right away and to see what's going on. And that's pretty much all, and I would like to thank you. And if I get more topics to talk about, as soon as I get something interesting to talk about, I will post it again, hopefully tomorrow, and we can further discuss what's going on. And I would like to thank you if you stayed all the way here and watched this video. So I really appreciate that. So just so you know, so I do thank you very much. Thanks. And that's pretty much all. So cheers, peace out, and please come back again to see what's going on. Thank you.